formulas for entities that we need to evaluate. Of course, we'll be talking about entropy and probably average information per symbol or something like that we'll talk about in these models, and then we'll go and do some numericals so that you have an idea of how you need to tackle these kind of problems. Okay, so the first thing that we need to understand is that in general, for kth state, so here you have two states, but for kth state, you can evaluate the entropy, which is going to be hk, and that is going to be given by summation I ranging from 1 to, let's say, capital M PLK log 1 over PLK. And what is this PLK? I'll tell you. So this is units is bit per symbol. So PLK is all outgoing probabilities of state K. So in this case, for example, you will take into account probability P11 and you will take into account probability P21 because they are outgoing probabilities for state 1. Similarly, for state 2, it will be P22 and probability P12 because they are outgoing probabilities for 2. So this self coming back is also, inward probability and also outward. So because it is both, so it will also be considered as the outward probability. So that is the entropy, and M is the number of states. So in this case, and M is the number of states. M is the total number of states. In this case, M is 2. Capital M is 2 in this case, the problem that I have written over here. So this is just an example. Okay. So that's what it is. Then we also evaluate what is called as the average information rate of the source. Okay, so that was the entropy of the kth state. So the total entropy, first let's write what is the total entropy. Total entropy H is going to be nothing but HK PK, where K will vary from 1 to M, where HK, as we have evaluated before, is the entropy of kth state, and PK is the entropy of kth state, probability of kth state. Please remember, this probability is different from PLK. PLK is the outgoing probability from one state to another, and PK is the probability of kth state. It's like the probability that the state will occur. That is what it is. So this is the total entropy. Of course, the units are bit per symbol. Then if you evaluated this, then we also evaluate. So this is the second quantity of interest to us. This is the first quantity of interest to us. Then we also evaluate what is called as the average rate of information. And this average rate of information is measured in bits per second, and that is going to be given as r is equal to, say, small r into capital H, where small r is basically the number of symbols emitted by the source per second. So this is the unit for smaller. It's like um, it's like saying that a source is emitting, say, 5 symbols per 2 milliseconds, like in the problem that we had done last time. So then we evaluated it to be equal to, average rate would be 1/2 milliseconds. So things like that. So this is the average rate of information. Then there is another quantity which we evaluate, in this case in Markov models, and they are given as capital GL. And I'll tell you what it is. It is basically, the terminology which is used for it is, this is average information content this is average information content per symbol. So in the first go, it would look like entropy only, because that is also average information. But here, what we do is that we take into account all the possible combinations of symbols that will give you messages. So in general, I'll give you a definition. So just hold on to the definition and it will become much clearer what is GL once we do some numericals. So this is given as PMI. Just a second. Yeah. So no questions till now. Okay. So it's given as Pi log 1 over PMI. I'm just writing down the definitions right now. I'll explain you everything in a while. So L is, of course, the length of the symbol or length of the message. L is the length of the message. Mi is the ith message. And this is for all eyes. So this sign means for all eyes. So now you can have a message that is comprising of only one symbol. So then L is 1. You can have a message that is comprising of 2 symbols. So L is 2. When L is 3, that means message is formed by a combination of 3 symbols. So you can just say that you are kind of evaluating the entropy of messages of different lengths. And in general, you will find out that G1, which is basically the average information content per symbol of messages which have only one symbol, is greater than equal to the average entropy when you, average information content per symbol when you have messages comprising of 2 symbols. And this is greater than that in which messages are comprising of 3 symbols. And this will go on and will be greater than equal to H, which you have evaluated over here, this H. So this is a general rule, and once we do numericals, we can verify it. So with these definitions and all, let's do some problems, and we'll see how everything comes into picture then. And if there are any doubts, it will become much more clearer. You'll be able to solve them. You'll be able to address your doubts once we do some numericals. So let me just take up a small example based on what we had done in the previous class itself. So let me just draw a diagram for a Markov model. Just a second. So one question. Okay. Manali, अभी करता हूँ बात, पहले एक बार जरा खत्म कर लूँ question, then I'll talk to you. Or maybe what I can, yeah, so let me just finish it. All right, so the question is as follows. You have state 1 and you have state 2. When 1 comes back to 1, the transition probability is 1 by 3 and symbol A is emitted. When 1 goes to, when 1 goes to 2, a symbol B is emitted and the probability of transition is 2 by 3. When 2 goes back to 2, so when 2 goes back to 2, then a symbol B is emitted with the transition probability 1 by 3. And then when you have 2 to 1, then a symbol A is emitted with the transition probability of 2 by 3. So this is what it is. So now there are a couple of things that we need to evaluate. The first thing is we need to evaluate what are the state probabilities. Which means we need to evaluate what is the probability that state 1 occurs and what is the probability that state 2 occurs. These probabilities which are given over here, these are transition probabilities. Okay. What is the probability that stage 2 will come if you're already in stage 1, that is 2 by 3? What is the probability that stage 1 will come if you are in stage 2, that is 2 by 3? What is the probability that you will come back to the same stage if you are at 1, that is 1 by 3? So that is what it is. So these are basically what you know as conditional probabilities. Okay. And they're called as transition probabilities in Markov model. So if you look at this and if you look at the model, then I can just say that probability of state 1 is 1 by 3 times probability of state 1 plus 2 by 3 times probability of state 2. Because you can see these loops going outside. So 1 is basically 1 by 3 times 1 plus 1 by 3 times 2. Similarly, you can write probability of state 2 is 1 by 3 times probability of 2 plus 2 by 3 times probability of 1. Also, we know that since there are only 2 states, so one can also say that also since there are 2 states only, then probability of 1 plus probability of 2 will always be equal to 1. So if you solve this problem, then this would give you probability of 1 is equal to probability of 2. Both of these will give you this thing, this condition. And when you put it here, then you come to the conclusion that probability of 1 is same as probability of 2, which is equal to half in this problem. So this is how you evaluate state probabilities. If more states were given, you will find out such relations which will be evident from the state diagram. Then all the sum of states will be equal to 1, and using those equations you will be able to come to the answer of finding out the state probabilities. Okay, so I will also I may just sometimes in some books they are denoted by quantity P1 and quantity P2. So these are also synonymous notations for these quantities. Okay, so that was the first part that we had to evaluate. Then let's go to the second part. So the second part that we'll evaluate are state entropies. Second part is state entropies. So we know from the formula that we did So which was basically this formula. We'll evaluate the state entropy. So in general, I'll write that HK is nothing but I ranging from 1. In our problem, there are two states, so it will go to 2. Then I'll say it is PLK log 1 over, sorry, not, just a second. I think I did not write the subscript correctly. So this is ranging from L because I'm writing L here. So let me just write L here. So this is also ranging from L equal to 1 to LK. Okay. So now let's just evaluate first H1, which is for state 1. So that will be L is equal to 1 to 2 PL1 log 1 over PL1, which will be P11 log P11 plus it will be P21 log 1 over P21. So if you look at the model, P11 is this quantity and this quantity here is P21 because it's the probability of reaching stage 2 when the stage initially was 1. So if I put it in the formula, so this will become 1 upon 3 log of 3 plus 2 by 3 log of 3 by 2. And this is of course log to the base 2 here. So you can evaluate this value and you'll get some answer. If anybody can tell me what this answer is, then I can write it. So let me allow just a second. Yeah, so anybody can unmute themselves and tell me the answer. Can anybody tell me the answer? Let me just ask. Dash, बता सकते हो answer?
Sir, I'm still trying to solve.
अच्छा, okay. अगर किसी ने कर लिया है तो आंसर बता दो प्लीज, because it will be good if we have values. In the meantime, Manali, what were you saying? एक सेकेंड.
सर
हाँ
सर वो एवरेज इंफॉर्मेशन कंटेंट में सर आपने लिखा था ना लास्ट में G1 ग्रेटर देन इज इक्वल्स टू G2, तो सर वो इक्वल्स टू क्यों लगाया सर आपने?
वो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जब तुम कुछ मैथमेटिक्स करो तो वैल्यू सेम आ जाए, बट जनरली होता नहीं है. बट yeah, I think probably I should remove that sign. Just a second. Yeah, you're right. I should not write.
हाँ सर आपने लिखा L लेंथ ऑफ मैसेज है, अगर L 1 2 3 है तो वो डिक्रीज होगा तो इक्वल्स टू कैसे हो सकता है?
Yeah, sorry. हाँ, वो that is this thing. So yeah, so sorry. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, thank you so much. So entropy के बराबर हो सकता है, but them themselves will be yeah. Thank you, Manali. Yeah.
So 0.91.
हाँ
0.91. Yes sir, 0.91.
0.91. कोई और एक और डेसिमल बोल दो अगर अच्छा लगे. 8. So this is bits.
8 to.
हाँ ठीक है 8 तक बहुत है. Thank you. So this is H1, and then if you were to evaluate H2, then that will be summation L is equal to 1 to 2. It will be PL2 log 1 over PL2. So in this case, it will be P12 log 1 over P12 plus P22 log 1 over, okay, P2 1. In case the class shuts after 10 minutes, you just come back on the same link and we'll start the class again. So 10 minute baad, we'll take a small break of 5 minutes and then everybody else can come back again and we'll have the class. Okay, so that is how we'll go ahead with this. Okay, so this value P12, if you look at it, so P12 is this value here. So and ये कौन आया है? भूकिया राठौड़, ये कौन है भाई? ये भूकिया अनिल है क्या? हाँ, कोई बता सकता है?
सर शायद उसका बड़ा भाई का अकाउंट।
अच्छा, बड़े भाई का अकाउंट है, ओके। Okay, so if you look at it, I think you'll get a similar expression because ultimately the values are the same. So this would be 1 by 3 log of 3. This would be 2 by 3 log of 3. So I think this will also come out to be 9.18 bits per symbol. So these are the probabilities, state entropy, sorry. These are the state entropies. So this is how you evaluate them. Let me add some more slides. Yeah, okay. All right, so then the next thing that we will evaluate is what is called as source entropy. So just a second, so second and third. So these are the things that normally need to be evaluated using a Markov model. So one is source entropy. So source entropy formula is capital H is nothing but HK into PK, where your K will vary from 1 to 2 and it will be bit per symbol. So in our case, it will be H1 into P1 plus H2 into P2, or you can write it as H1 subscript mein. You can also write it in the subscript. So this is what it is, and you can evaluate this value. So this is basically 2 times probability was 1 by 2 plus 0.918. So it so happens that even this value in this case comes out to be 918 bit per symbol. Okay, so this was source entropy, third part, and then we will evaluate a quantity G1 and G2. You can also evaluate G3 and G4. So, but I think this will give you a good idea of how to evaluate G1 and G2. So we'll evaluate G1 and G2 and we'll see whether it's actually greater than H or not. So how do we proceed with that? So now to do that, let me take this part here. So we'll create what is called as a tree diagram. For the model, and tree diagram is going to be created for all stages or all states basically, and then we move ahead with the problem. So let me just write here is that to evaluate these, to evaluate G1 and G2, we require tree diagrams. So I'm going to draw a tree diagram which will include both messages of length 1 symbol and messages of length 2 symbols, and from there we'll evaluate these quantities. So let's start with, first is we'll draw a tree diagram considering that we are in state 1 and we move ahead. So we know that state 1 has a probability of 1 by 2. So we write it like this. Then there is a probability of transition to state 1. And this would mean that symbol A is emitted and this probability is 1 by 3 according to the Markov model which is given to us. Then from 1 we can come to state 2, in which case a symbol B is emitted and the transition probability is 2 by 3. Sorry. Then, so now we have reached that stage where a message with one symbol is emitted. So this is that stage. Okay, so G1 will be evaluated using these quantities. But because you're also wanting to calculate G2, we'll go a step further. Then from 1, you can get 1 back if the transition probability is 1 by 3. In that case, you already had A and a new A gets added. So now the message will be AA. Then you can also come to state 2 with a transition probability of 2 by 3. So A was already there, and when you come to 2, B is emitted. So now the message is AB. Now you come this side. So here you could either go to 1 and the transition probability is 1 by 3. So B was already there. Now A will be emitted. So you will come to BA. Then you can come to 2 again, from 2 with a transition probability of 2 by 3. I hope I'm writing the values right. No.
Sir, 1 by 3 नीचे आएगा and ऊपर 2 by 3.
Sorry. So just a second. So then now this would be 2 by 3, right? And this would be 1 by 3. And this symbol would be BB. So now these are the messages that are basically of length 2. So for evaluating G2, we will actually be using these possibilities. So this is the story, and you can obviously extend it further if you want to create messages of length 3 or length 4. So this tree diagram will just keep on going. But because you have to calculate G1 and G2, we'll stop here. Then quickly doing the same thing for stage 2. So suppose you are in state 2, which also has a probability of half. So you can either go to state 1 or you can go to state 2. So when you go to state 1, the symbol which is emitted is A, and here the symbol which is emitted is B. The transition probability is 2 by 3, and here the transition probability is 1 by 3. Then from here, you can again go to 1. You can again go to 1. And here the transition probability will be 1 by 3. And the symbol emitted will be AB. Then you can come from here. And you can go to 2. And now the transition will be A by. And then you will come to 2 by 3. And then from here also, you can go to 1. So I think the session is going to expire soon. So we'll just take a small break of 2 minutes and rejoin. So this will be B and B. And this would be 2 by 3. And this would be 1 by 3. Okay. So these are the two possible tree models, considering whether you are in state 1 in the beginning or state 2 in the beginning. Okay. So let's just take a break. In any case, whenever it stops, but just come back again. Okay, so let's start. I'm just continuing with the problem. Wherever we'll break, we'll move ahead. So now, to evaluate these quantities, the first thing that we need to know, suppose now we are evaluating G1. Okay, so to evaluate G1, which means that either a message A is emitted or a message B is emitted, because G1 means we are considering messages of length 1. So for G1, L is 1. Okay. So your message M1, we were looking at the probability, you're looking at G1, evaluation of G1, where 1 means that the length of the message will be 1. And in that case, our M1 will become A and our M2 will become B. Just a second. Right. So now, our G1 is going to be given by the formula 1 over 1 summation over all i's. So in this case, our i's are 1 and 2 only. So it will be from 1 to 2. We will have P mi log 1 over PMI, right? Classic. So then, now in this case, this becomes PM1 into log 1 over PM1 plus PM2 log 1 over PM2. किसी का माइक ऑन है वो प्लीज ऑफ कर लीजिए. Okay, so then let me just write it over here. So G1 becomes basically probability of A log 1 over probability of A for B. Or let me not write A and B, because then now you'll get confused with the initial probabilities that we evaluated. Let me write it as M1 and M2 only. M1 probability of M1 probability of M2 over probability of M2. Okay. Now, probability of message 1, how we'll evaluate that. Now, if you look at it, if you are in state 1, then also you can reach to state 1, which would be emission of A. If you are in state 2, then also you can reach state 1, and that would mean that you have emitted A with a transition probability which is 2 by 3. So we have to combine both of them to evaluate the net probability that message M1 is transmitted. So that would be basically nothing but a multiplication of the transition probability with the probability of the state. So that is the advantage of T diagram. You can just straight away calculate these quantities. So in this case, PM1 is going to be 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2 multiplied by 2 by 3, because in both the cases you're coming back to A, which happens to be message 1. So that will be basically 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2 multiplied by 2 by 3. So this comes out to be equal to half. Similarly, if you look at probability of message 2, then that is, from this state, you can either come to this with a probability of 1 by 2 into 2 by 3, or you can be in state 2 and still come back to state 2 with a probability of 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 3. So in this case, it just so happens to be that in this case, all values are coming out to be the same, but in general, they will not. So this will be 1 by 2 into 2 by 3 to 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. I hope I'm writing it right. 1 by 2 into 1 by 3 and 1 by 2 into 2 by 3. Okay, great. So this also comes out to be half. So if you then do this, so your G1 will come out to be 1 upon 2 log of 2 plus 1 upon 2 log of 2. And please remember that these all are with the base of 2. So then log of 2 to the base 2 is 1. So this quantity is basically 1 bit per symbol. So this is how you evaluate G1. Let's evaluate G2. I'll just add one more slide and then we'll evaluate G2. So G2. Now G2 is basically considering all the messages of length 2 symbols, right? So for G2, we have L equals 2. Okay. So then that means if you look at the tree diagram, then there are 4 symbols, or there are 4 messages which have length 2, right? So let me just specify them. So we'll have a message M1, which is AA. We'll have message M2, which is AB. We'll have message M3, which will be BA. And we'll have message M4, which is going to be BB. Okay. So that means the formula for G2 is going to be 1/2 summation I ranging from 1 to 4, because there are 4 messages. You will have PMI log 1 over PMI. Okay, so now this would be 0.5 PM1. I'm just going to put a minus sign here and just write them as, sorry, just a minute. So I'll write it as log of P M1 plus P M2 log of P M2 plus P M3 log of P M3 plus M4 log of P M4. Okay, so now this is what we need to evaluate, and let's look at now probability PM1. So if you look at the tree diagram, then PM1 it comes here, right? This is PM1. So that will be basically so you are reaching stage AA here also, and you're reaching stage AA here also. So there will be a sum of these two. So that will be 1/2 into 1/3 into 1/3 plus 1/2 into 2/3 into 1/3. So I will just write it like this. I will just say that it is 1/2 into 1/3 into 1/3, which is this line here. And then it will also be then plus, you'll have 1/2 plus 2/3 plus 1/3. So that will be plus 1/2 into 2/3 into 1/3. And that value comes out to be equal to 9 1/18 and 2/18, 3 over 1/6. So this will be P1. Then let's look at P of message 2. So that will be, and so this is your message 2, and it's coming in both the stages. So that will be 1/2 into 1/3 into 2/3. So that is, let me just write it one at a time so that I don't forget it. So this is 2/3 plus this will be 1/2 into 2/3 into 2/3. So this is going to be 1/2 into 2/3 into 2/3. So this is going to be 2/3, 2/18 over 4/18, 6. So this will be 1/3. So then we evaluate probability of M3. I think M3 will also come out to be equal to 1/3. So this is BA. This is 1 upon 2 into 2 by 3 into 2 by 3. Then 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 3 into 2 upon 3. So just the first case, I'm just going to write the probability. I'm sure you can evaluate it now. And P4, PM4, that will now be the probability for this and for this. And that will come out to be the same as probability for AA, and that will be basically 1 upon 6. So if you put them in this formula and you evaluate, then you'll get some value. And I don't know what that value is. If you can evaluate it and give it to me, that will be really nice. So I'm waiting for somebody to give me the value for the answer. Just give me this value here, please. कोई भी बता दे, दक्ष, Manali, Maharshi, Anmol, anyone. Please tell me what this value is.
Sir, 0.959.
Okay, thank you. So this value is 0.959 bit per symbol. Okay, so now you can clearly see. So let me just write all the values. So your H was what? H was 918. So H was 0.918 bit per symbol. Okay. Then your G1 was, I think, 1 bit per symbol. Just let me check. Yeah, it was 1 bit. And this is 959. So, sorry. So your G2 happens to be 0.959 bit per symbol. So clearly you can see that your G1 is greater than G2 is greater than H. So that thing that we wrote gets justified here. So I think this is what it is. One of the problems of one problem that we have solved in Markov model. So this is one example. So I think I can just probably give you another example to do as a practice exercise. I'm just going to make the diagram and I'll give you some questions to evaluate it, and we'll take it up in the next class. And I think once we are done with Markov model, we'll be done with the first unit. So the units are small in ITC, and then we'll continue with the coding. But I think by tomorrow I will put up the course content and the course plan, and I think you have to give me a day's time because I was formulating it and then got busy with some work. So I'll do it by tomorrow. But here's the problem for you people to solve, and we can discuss this problem in the class the next time we meet. So I'm going to devote one more class to this unit. We'll do a couple of more problems, and we'll also solve some numericals from basic entropy, so that the entire everything gets covered in the theory and the numericals. So let's just consider this problem. So you have state 1, and when you come back again to state 1 from state 1, then you emit a symbol X, and the transition probability is 5/6. Then there is a state 2. Okay. From state 1, when you go to state 2, the transition probability is 1/6. Okay. And that will always be, because for state 1, if there are only 2 states, then either it can come back to itself or it will go to state 2. So if this is 5/6, this has to be 1/6, because the collective sum should be equal to 1. So, but okay, so that was just one thing that you need to know. If you go from state 1 to state 2, then the symbol emitted is Z. If you are in state 2 and you come back to state 2, and the probability of transition is 2 to 5, then you're emitting a symbol Y. And then if you're in stage 2 and you're coming to state 1, you are again emitting a symbol Z, and now the transition probability will be 1 minus 2/5, which will be 3/5. So this is the Markov model that I give you. That I give you, and you need to evaluate the following quantities. You need to evaluate the state probability, that means you need to evaluate what is P1 and what is P2. So these are going to be the state probabilities. Sorry. Then the next, sorry. So the next thing is state entropies. And those state entropies are going to be, those state entropies are going to be H1 and H2. Then you need to evaluate source entropy again. And that source entropy is going to be H. And then you need to evaluate G1 and G2. Okay. So this is what it is. So this problem is slightly different from the previous one. I'm sorry. So this problem is slightly different because in this case, you have states, you have 1 and 2, and symbols, you have X, you have Y, and you have Z. Okay, so based on the model, you have to draw a tree diagram. So let me just probably make it a little simple. Let's just discuss its possible tree diagram so that you can do it, and then maybe in the next class we'll take up a slightly more elaborate problem in which I'm not going to do things and I'll ask you to do it, but here I'll just probably discuss the state diagram a little bit. Sorry, the tree diagram. So you are, let's say, in state 1. Okay. So suppose you are in state 1. So this state will have some probability. So let me just call it P1. Okay. थोड़ा ऊपर बन गया. So let's say that you are in state 1, and let us say that the probability of this state is P1, or you want to call it P1, whatever. Okay. Then from this state, you will either go to 1 or you will go to 2. So this probability is, I think, given to you as 5 by 6, and this probability will be 1 by 6. And when you go to from 1 to 1, you emit X, and when you go from 1 to 2, you emit Z. So X and Z come here. Then when you are at 1, you can again go to 1, and your probability transition is 5 by 6, and then the symbol generated is XX. Or you can come to 2, and the probability of emission or transition probability is this, and this is X and Z. Okay. Now you are at 2, so you could go to 1, and that is, I think, 3 by 5. Yeah, it's 3 by 5. So this is going to be 3 by 5, and then you're going to get Z into, Z was already there, and then another Z is emitted, so you will get ZZ, and then you come over here, which is 2, and this will be 2 by 5, and then when 2 comes back to 2, Y is emitted, so this would be ZY. So this is this is what from stage 1 the tree diagram will look like. So this is P1. Similarly, for 2, this is going to be P2. You can go to state 1. You can go to state 2. When you go to state 1, from 2 to 1, it is 3 by 5. So this is 3 by 5, and this has to be 2 by 5. So when you go from 2 to 1, you emit Z, and when you go from 2 to 2, you emit Y. Then you go like this. So you emit 1, and then you emit 2. So when you emit 1, so you are again going to 3 by 5. No, sorry. When you emit from 1 to 1, what is the probability? 5 by 6. Sorry, 5 by 6. So this is, I think, yeah, this is 5 by 6, and you emit a symbol X, so it will be ZX. And then when you go from 1 to 2, then it is 1 by 6. So you can also see that every arm is going to add to 1. So if this is 5 by 6, this has to be 1 by 6. So then this would be Z, and then from 1 to 2, I think you are emitting Z only. So this will be ZZ. Then you can either go to 1 or you could go to 2. When you go from 2 to 1, then the probability is 3 by 5. So this is going to be 2 by 5, and you will reach Y, Z. I think if it's Z only, yeah, 2 to 1 is Z. So you will reach YZ, or you will reach YY. Right? So now in stage 2, you can see that you have different messages. They have more than 4 messages now. So in state 2, you will have XX is there, XZ is there, ZZ is there, ZY is there, xz is there, zz is already being done, so I'm not going to write it again. Then you also have a yz, and then you also have a yy. So you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this happens because you have two states and you have three symbols. So you have to accordingly evaluate the probabilities. Now if you look at xx, then xx occurs only here. So the probability of this message is simply going to be p1 times 5 by 6 into 5 by 6. That's it. But if you look at zz, which happens at two places, it happens here. This is zz and this is zz. So here you have to add. So it'll be p1 into 1 by 6 into 3 by 5 plus p2 into 3 by 5 into 1 by 6. So that will be probability of this message zz. I think there is nothing else that is coming out to be common. Yeah, so then just be one simple thing. Okay, so this is how it is, and you please evaluate these values, and we'll start the next class with this numerical, with the values that you evaluated. I hope you can do it. I have made it very simple now. You just need to put on the formulas and get the values, and that's it. I think probably we can end the class here now, and I'll see you in the next class. We'll do one more problem or maybe two more problems of Markov models. We'll do a couple of problems of basic entropy, and that will be the end of unit 1. Okay. All right, then if there is no problem.